Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we are going to present about the cultural shock and adaptation, and we are from the first group, and this is me, Alfida Bermatasari, and tell me explain you about the first topic. And this is about the definition of cultural shock. Cultural shock is multi-phase experience resulting from numerous stressors occurring in a contact with a different culture. Maybe these points can make you all understand. The first, cultural shock occurs from immigrants groups, and the second, businessmen on overseas assignment, and the third, populations undergoing massive technological and social change. And let me explain you in bahasa. Jadi, cultural shock ini adalah kondisi di mana seseorang mengalami keterkejutan atau gegar budaya ya terhadap perubahan nilai budaya yang secara tiba-tiba. Ketika orang tersebut berpindah ke tempat atau lingkungan yang baru, seseorang mengalami cultural shock yang cenderung merasa kesulitan. Dan hal ini dinilai wajar karena setiap orang membutuhkan waktu atau adaptasi terhadap lingkungan dan suasana yang baru. Biasanya terjadi ketika seseorang berada di lingkungan yang baru, baik itu pindah negara, pindah luar kota, kemudian studi abroad in luar negeri, jadi exchange in luar negeri gitu. Seperti juga perpindahan tugas atau perpindahan bisnis di suatu perusahaan. Pada awal pengenalan budaya baru, seseorang akan merasa cemas, khawatir, bingung, dan juga gelisah. Dan seringkali juga orang-orang menyamakan antara cultural shock dengan cultural lag. Sedangkan hal ini perbedaan konteksnya adalah kalau cultural lag adalah penyesuaian diri terhadap teknologi yang baru, sedangkan cultural shock adalah penyesuaian adaptasi terhadap konteks budaya.
Cultural shock was initially conceptualized as a consequence of strain and anxiety resulting from contact with a new culture and the feeling of loss, confusion, and impotence resulting from loss of accustomed cultural cues and social rules. Cultural shock stress response cause both physiological and psychological reactions. Physiological reactions include physiological, emotional, interpersonal, cognitive, and social components, as well as the effects resulting from change in socio-cultural relation, cognitive fatigue, moral stress, and identity loss. The interrelated aspects of cultural shock are considered in the following session after a summary of the phase of cultural shocks. Reaksi psikologis termasuk fisiologis, emosional, interpersonal, kognitif, dan komponen sosial, serta efek yang dihasilkan dari perubahan dari hubungan sosial budaya, kelelahan kognitif, stres peran, dan kehilangan identitas. Aspek-aspek kejutan budaya yang saling terkait ini dibahas pada bagian berikut setelah ringkasan fase-fase kejutan budaya.
Or stage of culture shock. The first is honeymoon or tourist phase. Nah, ini merupakan tahap pertama di mana seseorang saat mengetahui suatu kebudayaan baru, dia mulai merasa tertarik, sangat curious, sangat happy, senang dengan adanya perbedaan. Kemudian masih sangat menikmati masa-masa di mana dia tahu ada sesuatu yang menarik dari kebudayaan yang berbeda dari kebudayaan dia sebelumnya, seperti itu. Nah, kemudian yang the second is the crisis of culture shock phase. Nah, ini mulai ada pada tahap kedua, tahap di mana seseorang mulai merasa adanya misunderstanding, miscommunication dengan penduduk setempat gitu, mulai ada perbedaan antara, dia mulai merasa ada perbedaan makanan kah, atau mungkin dia mulai merasa ada banyak body language or gesture yang nggak bisa dia pahami, terus kemudian bahasa yang juga tidak bisa dipahami dan dimengerti, dan mulai merasa seperti ada di tempat lain atau di tempat tempat asing, karena dia mulai merasa frustasi, gelisah, dan mulai merasa sangat tidak nyaman dengan lingkungan yang baru tersebut, seperti itu. Oke, selanjutnya tahap ketiga itu the adjustments, reorientations, and gradual recovery phase. Nah, di tahap ini seseorang udah mulai bisa menyadari, kemudian bisa mengerti perbedaan, dan dia mulai bisa terbiasa dengan perbedaan yang ada di sekitar dia, seperti makanan, gesture, body language, bahasa. Kemudian dia mulai bisa memahami komunikasi dan mulai bisa memahami situasi di sekitar dia, mulai rileks dan mulai tenang pada masa ini, seperti itu. Kemudian the next phase itu ada the adaptations, kemudian ada resolutions and acculturation phase. Nah, ini tahap terakhir di mana seseorang sudah bisa mulai menerima perbedaan budaya yang ada di sekitar dia. Mulai bisa terbiasa, mulai bisa membaur dengan budaya baru yang ada di sekitarnya dia, seperti itu. Kemudian mulai bisa menikmati keadaan dan situasi yang di sekitar dia, seperti itu. Nah, untuk durasi dari setiap phase ini tuh setiap orang punya waktu yang berbeda-beda, punya jangka yang berbeda-beda, seperti itu. Ada yang membutuhkan 1 tahun atau bahkan 6 bulan untuk bisa adaptasi dan bisa terbiasa dengan suasana tersebut. Ada juga yang harus butuh sekitar 1 tahun lebih, 2 tahun, dan yang lain sebagainya. Pada intinya setiap orang punya jangka waktu yang berbeda-beda dalam menghadapi culture shock ini.
I want to describe about causes of cultural shock. Here, the causes of cultural shock are stress reaction. Exposure to a new environment causes stress, increasing the body's psychological reaction that can cause dysfunction in the rise of pituitary adrenal activity. Stress induces a wide range of psychological reaction involving mass discharges of the sympathetic nervous system, impairment of the functioning of the immune system, and increased susceptibility to all disease. Cognitive fatigue. A major aspect of cultural shock and the resultant stress is cognitive fatigue, a consequence of an information overload. The new culture demands a conscious effort to understand things processed unconsciously in one's own culture. Effort must be made to interpret new language meaning and new nonverbal, behavioral, contextual, and social communication. The next is role shock. Roles, the central to one's identity, might be lost in the new culture. Changes in social roles and interpersonal relations affect well-being and self-concept, resulting in role shock. The last is personal shock. I suggest the notion of personal shock as an aspect of cultural shock resulting from diverse change in personal life. This includes loss of personal intimacy and loss of interpersonal contact with significant others, such as occurs in separation, grief, and birth event. The next presentation will presenting by Gustom and Anggit.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Here I will explain about knowledge-based strategies for managing culture shock. Many experts fail to recognize the symptoms of culture shock. Instead, they think there must be something wrong with them. Knowing you're experiencing a completely normal reaction to a move abroad is a welcome relief. So, the first step to managing culture shock and your relationship with another culture is to notice what stage of culture shock that you're experiencing. Acknowledging this will help you step out of your present perspective and step into another one, the one that is more inspiring and holds more creative power. Continue to learn about your host country. This is a critical step in the battle against culture shock. The more knowledge you have about your new environment, the better. Carefully watch how local people act in various situations that frustrate you and learn how to approach similar situations appropriately. Books and websites are good source of information, but the best resource are the locals. Most people are proud of their culture and delight in showing it off to newcomers. Asking questions with genuine curiosity will lead to a wealth of information. Cross-cultural training, either pre-departure or in-country, is another useful option. Making friends with local people is rewarding on many levels. It's especially helpful if you find someone willing to act as a cultural informant. Making connections within the expat community is also beneficial, as it reduces feelings of alienation and loneliness. However, experts warn that socializing exclusively with fellow expats might prevent you from connecting with your host culture on a deeper level. Okay, I think that's all. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
There are several strategies in managing cultural shock and adaptation. Namely, the first, adaptive preparation, is an assessment of one's ability to adapt to a new culture is a good first step even before going to a new culture. Not all individuals are fully prepared to accept the rigors of culture shock and adaptation. The second, transition adjustment. So several adjustment also depends on the availability of the transitional resources necessary for comfortable adjustment in the new culture. And the third, personal and social relationship. Personal and social relations is managing cultural surprise requires that someone maintains or rebuild network of family primary relationship or friends who provide interpersonal relationship for self and to meet personal and emotional needs. For cultural and social interaction rules. Although language skills are a vital factor in being able to understand other cultures, it's also necessary to learn various patterns of non-verbal communication, including linguistic, interest conflict resolution, and intercultural effective skills. Successful adoption requires accepting the fact that it's normal to face problems in a new culture and seeking solution to problems rather than denying their existence. Maybe that's all. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.